All right, I want to talk about section 9.10, unknown dimensions of a parallelogram. This section is going to be very similar to the previous section that we just did, where we were talking about how to find the area of a parallelogram. Remember that, first, I'm terrible at drawing parallelograms, and second, that in order to find the area, the formula that we use is not length times width like we do with a rectangle. It is base times height. And our height, remember, is the distance from the top to the bottom if I were to draw and make a little right angle in that area. So my base is down here, and then my height is that distance up to the higher dimension. This time, or last time, we were given the base and the height. My givens were base and height. This time they're going to give us, my givens will be the area and base or height. And we will be needing to find the missing dimension. This section is not particularly difficult. All we're going to do is take what we did last time, do a little bit of algebra with it, and then it'll work out. Let me show you a couple of examples, and I don't anticipate that you'll need much more than that. Example 1. Say that we are given a parallelogram with an area of 42 square inches. It is 3.5 feet wide. And what we want to know is how high it is. Oops. Okay, this one does have a little bit of a hidden step. Notice that our units are different. So the first thing that I'm going to do is turn this into inches. And the way that I'm going to be doing that is I know that there are 12 inches in a foot. So I'm going to take 3.5 feet, remembering our unit conversion model, and I'm going to put feet on the bottom, inches on the top, so that I can cancel out my feet, and I know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot. This way I can cancel out my feet, I can do the math. Now I have 3.5 times 12, which I'm going to put that on my calculator. Let me load it up quick. I've got 3.5 times 12. It's going to give me 42 inches. So I've got 42 inches on the bottom, and I'm still missing that height. Okay, now I'm going to use that formula that I used before. My area equals base times height. And then I'm going to substitute in the parts that I know. I know that my area is 42. My base is 42. And my height here is unknown. Well, in this case, I think it's going to be pretty easy because I can tell that my height here is just going to be 1 foot because it's the only thing that I can multiply 42 by and get 42. But in my algebra method, I will still go through and divide both sides by 42 to get rid of this one. 42 divided by 42 is 1, and I can see that my height is 1 inch. So it's a very, very thin little banner that goes pretty far to get the total square area. Kind of an interesting problem, but there we go. Let's take a look at another quick example if you're still a little bit confused. Okay. My parallelogram is this. My base is 8 inches. And the area is 32 inches. And my height is here. Now you don't have to draw out the parallelogram every time. I'm just doing it because it's a little bit easier. And I'm going to write my formula. Area equals base times height. Here's my height. 32 equals 8 times h. Divide both sides by 8. I have h equals, what is that? 4. So my height is 4 inches. And it's important to put my units back in so that I can see what I was up to. Let me do one more. If you feel like you got it, then go ahead and go on. I'm going to make my little parallelogram here. My base in this case is 9.5 inches. My area is 57. And the question is, what's the height? Go through just like we did before. Area equals base times height. My area is 57 equals 9.5 times h. Divide both sides by 9.5. Oops. And I have h equals, and that would be 57 over, oops, clear, 57 over, not that, divided by 9.5. 9.5. That gives me 6. And in this case, I was working with inches, I think. I forgot to label it earlier. And that's how I get it. Overall, pretty easy. I don't anticipate this being very hard. Go ahead and good luck.